Well, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies, especially the mothers, because without those mothers, we would not be here. So, the NFL, remember when concussion came out and they were saying that football, oh, it's dying out, it's on its last legs and things. Here's what I want you to understand. When the salary cap goes up, it's not simply because there's inflation across the country. It's because they're making more money. The salary cap is directly tied to how much money is brought in. So when the salary cap goes up, would it go up $35, $40 million this year? Take that, multiply it by 32. Okay, by 32, and then multiply that by 0.52%. And that's how much more money they're making from last year. And the reason they're making money is gambling. Now all the apps are out there where we're gambling. They don't have to do anything other than have a product. And they basically get a revenue source. Here's your dig, so to speak. And then, of course, there was the traditional ABC Monday Night Football, which turned into ESPN. And then it was Sunday Football, where you'd watch on CBS and NBC, and then Fox came along. Well, all of that is changing, and it's changing rapidly. Because last year, you found out at the last minute. I didn't know that they were going to be streaming a playoff game only on Paramount TV. Yeah, did you? You didn't know that till it was almost kickoff time. Fortunately, we already had a Paramount TV account, and of course, Thursday Night Football, Amazon paid for that shit sandwich. There's a few good games in there, but for the most part, most of those games aren't that good. And then, of course, DirecTV, which is hemorrhaging money, with the Sunday Ticket was the only thing they really had going. That goes to YouTube. Now, here's what's crazy. They say YouTube TV, and I love YouTube TV. In fact, right now they've got $100 off Sunday Ticket for returning Sunday Ticket users last year. So buy that early, although they'll have some different ones by the time the season gets here. But they say YouTube TV in 2 years, there will be more people who are subscribed to YouTube TV than people who are using cable. Cable TV is literally becoming like the telephone. So now, here's a new one for you. Christmas Day is on a Wednesday. So of course the NFL says, you know what? Let's have some football on Christmas. And here's where it looks like the deal's not signed yet. But now you're going to be Netflixing and chilling for football on Christmas. It looks like they're going to be selling the rights for those two games to Netflix. Now, Netflix, here's where all this stuff is crazy and how the whole thing is evolving. This is me putting it all together. I remember when Netflix came out, which was, it was the way of getting videos and stuff right then and there. After they used to have the Redbox, you could go to the grocery store and get the Redbox, which, of course, was cheaper than Blockbuster, of course, right? It's the evolution of it. When Netflix was able to actually stream the stuff to you and then customize what you wanted, and once they started coming out with original programming, I remember saying to my wife, the game just literally changed. I said, this is the beginning of the end of cable. The problem with Netflix is, Netflix, like any crack dealer, gets you in there, gets you high cheap. And once you get hooked, then the price starts going up. And have you noticed now everybody's going to streaming? And now you're spending probably almost as much on streaming services than you were on cable. And here's the evolution here, and this is where it really becomes relevant. This bolsters YouTube and advertising. See, here's where it actually makes a lot of sense. Think about this. Let's say you have 100,000 subscribers in whatever your niche is, right? Am I better off spending $100,000 to do an ad to broadcast to everybody? Or am I better off sponsoring somebody for a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 targeted at the exact audience I'm looking at? Well, that's an easy one right there. And that's where things go. It's cheaper to go ahead and get all these little things than to do a broadcast thing. And that's why now cable TV is dying, as well as television as we know it, where it's live. You got to watch a half-hour show to get what you're actually looking for, and you had to sit through the commercial and the ads. Now you can go to streaming it. You can get it when you want, how you want, wherever you want, on your cell phone. And that's the evolution of it. And you see how this literally is beginning to be the beginning of the end. Now, Shannon Sharpe was smart to get away from Skip Bayless. He's doing great. It blows my mind away that Undisputed on draft day, their numbers are so bad that First Take is beating them 10-1. On draft day, they had 45,000 views. That's it. That's it. And the thing that's always puzzled me, or I take offense to, hold my beer, is people who come to the platform, YouTube, because they have been somebody out there now that's in a business that is dying. It is dying. They automatically think, well, I'm a big fish over here. These peons need to bow down and get away from us, get away from me, because we're here to take this over. But it doesn't work that way. You have people who have a name and have visibility and have networks and things like that you automatically think, well, they're a big person, so they're automatically going to make it. Well, here's where the U in YouTube is good for the small guy. This is where you're almost on a more equal footing. Because if you've been on YouTube, you understand the ins and outs. If you've been working it for years, you understand your audience. You understand that it's a two-way conduit. Now, when you have somebody like Joy Taylor who comes out onto YouTube, beautiful woman, her brother's a Hall of Fame, football player. She's been on television with Colin Cowherd and then Speak, and it automatically comes to YouTube and figures, this is easy. All I got to do is pop a camera in front of me and talk, and the masses are going to go. And I didn't even know that she had a channel, not that I would be that interested in it, although I'm interested in following and seeing how it's actually doing. And here's where, if you put in the work, you get out of things what you put in it. It doesn't matter if you have a name or a reputation and all that stuff because you've been a big fish elsewhere. The reality is there's no rhyme or reason to that. I'm sitting here looking at Joy Taylor, who puts out a video every day. That first month, first week, lots of views, but it's going down slower and slower and slower. Video she did yesterday, it's got 245 views. And I'm not trying to disrespect her or anything like that. I'm not at all. What I'm trying to say is, it's not necessarily as easy as everyone thinks. And just because you are a named person doesn't mean that you will be successful like this. Skip Bayless, he has been an attention grabber. He has been good in the past at doing stuff. And now that Undisputed might not be renewed, that cable television is dying, and now that he is getting into podcasting, I don't know if you've watched Skip Bayless's podcasts. They're literally unwatchable. So there you have it. The dynamics of everything from the NFL are changing right before our eyes. You're seeing radio hosts that are losing their jobs. You're seeing sports media people, big name ones, shows leaving. I think Fox is going to be picking up NFL AM or Good Morning Football or whatever it is. They're going to be picking in syndicated markets that when it comes back in the fall. It's just not hitting like they used to. All right, good people. As always, I appreciate you. And I'm heading up the road to see my mama for Mother's Day. Love you guys. Peace out.